Hello friends, welcome to Innovative Shiksha. So today I bring to you the next video in the important MCQ series. So today's video is based on class 10 science chapter number 1, that is chemical reaction and equation. So today's video will be based on the topic displacement reaction. So we are going to discuss what is displacement reaction and we are going to solve some important problems on the basis of displacement reaction. So we have two MCQs today. The first MCQ says, which of the following is or are displacement reaction? You have four equations. The first equation is Fe, that is iron plus CuSO4 copper sulfate gives FeSO4 plus Cu. Next is Zn plus CuSO4 gives ZnSO4 plus Cu. And the third is 2AgBr gives 2Ag plus Br2. And the last is calcium carbonate gives CaO plus CO2. So you have four equations and you have four options as well. The first option is option A, that is 1 and 2. Option B is 1 and 3. Option C is 2 and 4. And option D is 3 and 4. So if you have studied what is displacement reaction, you can very easily guess what is the correct answer. So let me explain for you what is displacement reaction. As you know, the displacement reactions are those reactions in which one element is displaced by another element and forms some new products. For example, let us suppose we have a reaction like this. AB plus C gives AC plus B. So we have a reaction like this in which C displaces B, that is B is displaced by C and it forms AC plus B. So this kind of reaction is known as displacement reaction. So what you have to do, if you want to solve this particular question, you have to find what are the equations that are in this form. So let us apply this concept in these equations. So the first equation is Fe plus CuSO4 gives FeSO4 plus Cu. So here iron displaces copper, that is copper is displaced by iron and it forms FeSO4 plus Cu. That is here in this equation copper is displaced by iron. Here also copper is displaced by zinc. That is why the product is ZnSO4 plus Cu. So in these two equations copper is displaced by iron and in this equation copper is displaced by zinc. That is, these two equations are an example of displacement reaction. So let us check the other options. In this equation 2AgBr gives 2Ag plus Br2. So in this equation we are not getting this type of reaction. That is why this is not an example of displacement reaction. Similarly, this equation is not an example of displacement reaction, right? So what are the options which are correct? So option number A, that is option 1 and 2 will be the correct answer for question number 1. So option A is the correct option, right? Okay, let us come to the next question. So next question says, which of the following is not an example of displacement reaction? So in these equations you have to choose which is not an example of displacement reaction. Please focus on this word not, right? So you have four options. So out of these four options, one option is correct, which is not an example of displacement reaction. If you have understood this concept, you can very easily solve these two questions very easily, right? So let us start with the first option. First option says Pb plus CuCl2 gives PbCl2 plus Cu. In this equation you are seeing copper is displaced by lead. That is why this is an example of displacement reaction, which will not be our answer. So let us come to the next. In this equation also copper is displaced by iron and the product is FeSO4 plus Cu, which is an example of displacement reaction, and it is still not example of our answer. The next is Zn plus CuSO4 gives ZnSO4 plus Cu. In this equation also copper is displaced by zinc. So that is why first, second and third are an example of displacement reaction and the remaining fourth will not an example of displacement reaction. Therefore answer for the question number 2 would be option number 4, that is Answer 4 or option 4 is the correct answer for question number 2. Thank you very much.